All right, so this park, Frances Slocum State Park, is named for a young girl who ended up being kidnapped by Native Americans. So on November 2nd, 1778, a small group of Delaware Indians entered the Slocum home and they carried away Frances, who was 5 years old. That's totally crazy to think about. And they said that the first night after her abduction was spent in a crude rock shelter in this state park. So that's what we're heading to now to check that out. So anyway, she was abducted by the Native Americans. She was held in this crude rock shelter. She tried to escape and they recaptured her. And what was interesting is that her siblings kept searching for her. And it says here that many, many years later, actually 59 years after her abduction, they got in contact with her and found her. And at that point, she was so accustomed to her life, she didn't want to leave and come back. And she had been living in Indiana. So she was just accustomed to that way of life, which you can kind of understand. And she didn't want to go back to the life that, I mean, at 5, how much would you really remember from being 5? Not too much. All right, so we're following yellow blazes. So I've got my daughter with me today, and her and I are here for the weekend, exploring some different parks. Heard a noise and there's a little deer right there. So cute. Doesn't seem to mind us. So it's really beautiful here. This is definitely a quiet state park. So you've got really pretty views of the lake over there. Like I said, the ferns on this trail are amazing. If you've been following my channel for a while, you'll know that I visited 62 of the Pennsylvania state parks. There's 124. So Frances Slocum is 63 for me. So I'm pretty excited about that. And hopefully on the way out, I'm gonna stop at the park office and get the sticker for my passport. All right, so my daughter is going to check out the historic rock shelter where Frances Slocum would have spent the night with the Native Americans after she was kidnapped here. So I kind of thought this would be more of like a cave, but it's just a rock kind of outcropping. So this would be where they would have hidden out after they abducted her. And the abduction happened on November 2nd in 1778. Unfortunately, some people have graffitied their names and things into it. So you can see this is the famous rock shelter. All right, so as we're looking at the lake here, I want to give you a little bit of information about Frances Slocum State Park. So they have a seasonal swimming pool and you can't swim in the lake. There's a 100-site campground here. And back to the lake for a minute. If you want to take a boat out on here, it's electric motors only, slow and no wake speed. So this is a 165-acre lake. There are 2 boat launches. Another really cool thing about Frances Slocum State Park is it actually has some mountain biking. And I know not all the state parks have mountain biking, but this one has over 5 miles of trails. It also has some wintertime activities. There's a hill for sledding near the swimming pool, and then you're also permitted to ice skate on the lake in the winter if ice conditions are thick enough. And then some people actually do cross-country skiing on the campground road in the day use areas here. So lots to do at this park. So thanks for coming with us today. Like I said, this is just a quick little stop to check out a new state park. I hope you like seeing the historic kind of rock shelter area, and I hope you find the story of Frances Slocum's abduction interesting. It certainly is interesting to me. I don't know of any other state parks named for such a crazy story. So it was really interesting to do some research on this one and find out how this state park got its name. But just the short trail we did here is beautiful. So many ferns, deer in the forest. The lake area is gorgeous. It looks so calm. A great place to take a kayak out. And stay tuned, because we're going to be exploring a lot more of this part of Pennsylvania. And I'm going to have a lot more videos to show you. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.